what's what's powering the scoring of those three columns back in companies?
So I let me go back. So I wrote a prompt for each column,
Hmm.
and you can, for
In
instance,
Attio?
in
Or
Attio, yeah, you have the AI autofill
Mhm.
capability.
Yeah.
So if you look at AI autofill settings, uh, please research on the web and answer the following question: How much of an early adopter is this company of new technologies, particularly of LLMs, agentic coding tools, and the likes? Please return a number of 1 to 5, of 1 being very low, 5 being very high. And then when you hover over it, and I ask for confidence level, and you can get the reasoning as well.
Mhm.
So this is kind of doing, and we have 10,000 credits a month. I think we have a thousand for each user plus 10,000 for the whole team.
Mm.
And each one of these is like 10 credits.
Mhm.
So for a company, this would be like 30 credits to
Mhm.
get it scored. But when I then added in the skill that actually adds those, I added a request to actually do it for Claude to do it, where it would cost a little bit less.
Mhm.
And so moving forward, I think most of these things will be just filled in with those numbers. But you can always kind of click and ask Attio to do it, or do it on a whole column. You
Mhm.
choose a view and you do it for a whole column. Does that make sense?
It does. And so you're thinking we might try to make use of the audio credits first and then so that as a default and then switch to Claude after?
Well, Attio has some really annoying limitations. So they don't do this automatically. So when you create a record, they don't do this.
Mhm.
And there's also a limitation. So you can create a workflow to do this, but it doesn't work with numbers for some reason.
Mm.
So right now, what I do is I manually activate it here. I have a view for like new companies,
Mhm.
which are companies that were added in the last 3 days, I think. And then you can go in and do this. And I actually recently just did this, so you can see this. And then for the priority score, now that we have yeah, set up order. So we could do, I have this new flow. So I'm gonna choose all of these companies and I'm gonna run workflow, calculate priority. So now it's gonna run this priority, and it's just multiplies. So it's gonna happen pretty quickly. It will fill the priority scores.
Mhm.
Anyway, the other queues we have is like we have the social engagers queue, which is everybody who kind of engages with our content on LinkedIn, and maybe future will be other types of social media. And these folks will get a message from us to say, "Hey, thanks for engaging," and kind of we'll try to start a conversation about AI and product. So this is part of this thing. But if you want to really understand where it lives in a couple of places, right? It lives in um, the the skills here in Claude Cowork. We have a bunch of those skills, and we store them in a repo. So if we look at this is the repo with all of our skills, and we have different creating drafts. We have researching, prospecting, getting priority scores, and we're building more and more of these skills so that we can then uh, kind of essentially our focus should be reviewing these cues, deciding what to act on, making sure that everything is happening uh, according to our plan. But essentially, we, need to, we don't need to do all the work ourselves. Like once we kind of create a great skill, the AI does most of the steps.